So here we are for the Trecena of Caban, the Trecena of Earth. So start by focusing on your breath. There's something beautiful about this Trecena. We've come from seed, and interestingly, where it's almost like we start with the seed and then we come to the earth, holding the seed and then planting it in the earth. This is the Trecena of Introspection. So allowing ourselves just to drop into that receptive place within. Focus on your breath moving in and out of your body. Focus on slowing the breath down, and dropping it deep into your torso, feeling the expansion of your diaphragm, being aware of any place in your body that you might be holding tension. And as you exhale, releasing that tension, releasing any thoughts of the day, allowing yourself to come fully into this internal moment. And see yourself in this inner landscape of standing at the base of this wondrous Mayan pyramid, the Castillo of Chichen Itza. And as you gaze up the steps, seeing how step by step it takes you all the way to greet the cosmos. You might be hearing a bit of a purr in the background. So as you climb these steps, and be aware that you are step by step by step moving higher than the jungle itself, leaving the mundane far behind, and with each step getting closer and closer to the wonder of the cosmos. And when you reach the top step and look up into the sky, and maybe it is the bright shining sun of noon, heating everything beneath it, illuminating everything beneath it. Or perhaps you are looking up into a midnight sky that is illuminated by millions of stars, not one bright, bold force, but a smattering all through the midnight sky, all these pinpricks of light, offering a different type of awe-inspiring illumination. And as you look up to the sky, whether bright day or midnight, you are aware of the turn of the cosmos, of shifting from the Trecena of seed into the Trecena of Caban. This 13-day period that moves us through, carries us in this time of introspection to become really, really clear on our thoughts, our focus, of how to carry what is within into the without. These 13 days, starting with Earth, we have the 6 days of spiritual growth, of coming into clarity, with the pinnacle, interestingly, of this journey at night. So we move from earth to knife to storm to light, and then starting with crocodile, that's a whole new beginning yet again, and wind and night. And then the next 6 days that allow us to anchor what we have come to recognize and realize, bringing it into the wisdom of application with seed and serpents, with death and deer, with rabbit and rain. So coming back to Earth, this is both that which holds us, but it also can shake us. The earth rattling quakes that shift the ground beneath us. Caban, or Noj in Kichi, represents intelligence, ideas, wisdom, knowledge, and memory. This is the Nagual, the day sign of intelligence, and it invigorates the intellect, enriches the eternal quest for enlightenment. Just as time turns grapes into fine wine, so Caban turns knowledge and experience into wisdom. I love this photo. Just taking moments to connect with earth energy in accompaniment with earth's creatures. This Trecena of Caban is ruled by the thoughtful, observant, introspective energy. This is the time to use your powers of intellect and perception, of acuity and insight, and harness all that mental power for your personal growth, or to help others do so, if that is your calling. The power of the human mind is unparalleled. There is nothing we cannot imagine, nothing we cannot achieve, nothing we cannot do. But in order to empower the full depth and extent of your mental faculties. You need to dispel and disempower toxic forces such as fear, ego, greed, and malice, both within yourself and as influences coming in from the outside, from others. For these are the forces that monopolize your time, poison your thoughts, and undermine your actions. Indeed, these are the same forces that throughout history have prevented humanity from breaking the spell of slavery and attaining the higher, clearer mental frequencies necessary for enlightenment and evolution. You will therefore need a significant amount of personal and mental freedom during the next 13 days of this Trecena of Introspection. Make room for you, for your soul, for your heart and your mind. Clear your calendar. Ask for more free time of your family or at work. Take time off a day or two, or longer if you're able to. Dedicate times of the day that are just for you, naturally yours, to you and only you. And you are the one who knows your natural rhythms. But also, keep in mind that the greatest challenge of Caban is not to allow its acute sensitivities and powers of perception to bubble up into emotional upheavals, or to block you from living in the present moment. No use regretting or living in the past, or worrying about the future. Those are simply more stagnant sentiments that will block your process. Once you have cleared away the physical and the psychic sources of chaos and clutter, you can focus on your mind, your intelligence, and intellect. Regardless of how quote-unquote unintelligent you may feel, or how quote-unquote illogical you may have been told you are, trust in your ability to reason, to think. Trust your intelligence. Trust your instincts. And be sure to keep them balanced, free, and pure. So breathe into into that energy. The message of this particular day of 1 Caban is start this Trecena right. Use the energy of 1 and the mental acuity of Caban to build a strong base for your thoughts and ideas. From thought arises will. From will, desire. From desire, action. Follow and flow with this current in full awareness of your capabilities and skills. But do not judge. Do not compare. Do not assess or value either the process or the result. Trust it and trust yourself. Retain patience deep within, and you will have patience without. Remain balanced and in sync with your inner core. Let not emotions, negative voices, or the comments of others break the keel of your ship. Enjoy the journey. You are here for the long haul. So allow that to move within you. Feel the activation of Caban, of earth. As we always do, this time to have some feedback from Spirit. So as always, I've got 2 different decks here. The top row is what we have been in previous meditations had at the bottom row. It's a new deck which just came out in May, the Mayan Oracle. The bottom one is an oracle that I had years ago. It's the Toltec Oracle. The Toltecs, I believe, predate the Mayans and the Aztecs, but the energy and the symbolism is very, very, very much in alignment. But these decks that I had when I took groups, I gave all the cards away, different rituals and teachings and things like that, and then the deck went out of print. But the book is still available. But then the author Victor Sanchez printed a book with all the cards in it so that you could cut them out and sort of create your own deck, which is what I did. So that is just newly come back to me. So we've got this Mayan Oracle at the top, we've got the Toltec Oracle at the bottom. Just be aware of what comes to you. 1, 2, 3 on the top. 1, 2, 3 on the bottom. So on the top, this is really interesting actually, because these were very shuffled and picked randomly, but out of the 3 cards, top and bottom, 2 of them are the same. On the top we have rabbit, cacao, and death. On the bottom we have the duality and then rabbit and death. So it's so interesting. Some of you may end up having a double rabbit or a double death. So in the top, rabbit represents abundance, ripening, prosperity. The Nagual Canil, or rabbit, symbolizes the journey of growth and fruition, embodying the moment a seed blossoms into its full potential. So the spiritual guidance here for rabbit or Canil, Canil has a special way of shining in any situation. With its talents and glowing golden light, it brightens everything around it and lights up any space you're in. This Nagual is about reaching your highest potential. And while it does have a strong connection to the arts, it brings success and abundance to every part of your life. If you chose cacao, it is the food of the gods. Cacao is revered by the Maya as the food of the gods, holding a sacred place in Mayan culture. Beyond its earthly delight as a prized food and drink, cacao symbolizes fertility, abundance, and divine blessing. Its spiritual guidance is to let the spirit of cacao encourage you to feel gratitude and appreciation, and to honor the gifts of nature. A natural gift from our first mother, Mother Earth. It sustains and enriches our lives. Cacao beckons you to embrace the power of gratitude, connection, and the joy of sharing with others. The affirmation. Birthright. And you chose number 3. Oh. I think we're okay still. Kame, which is death, spiritual transformation, rebirth. So this Nagual serves as a reminder of life's cyclical nature. Birth ushers us into this earthly existence, and death transitions us into eternity. This Nagual is viewed as profoundly auspicious. Shamanic traditions highlight the transformative power of near-death experiences as part of spiritual training that are achieved in many different ways. So this spiritual guidance is dedicated to honoring our ancestors who continue their journey in the spirit world. According to the Maya, after death, souls enter the underworld where they face various trials. Successfully navigating these challenges allow them to ascend the world tree to the heavens, preparing them for reincarnation into another state of being. And so with this card, with this energy, we pay homage to our ancestors, acknowledging their love, their sacrifices, and the legacy that they have passed down to us. So that is through the perspective of the Mayan Oracle. There is a prayer with Kame, which is, I acknowledge the eternal cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. I am reminded that with every ending comes a new beginning, and with each departure, the promise of renewal. So that is your above. with the below. If you chose Ometioto, the duality, the Trinitarian duality. So Ometioto is probably the most commonly used name of God among all indigenous people of the Toltec culture. It was known as the dual God and represents the sacred union of opposites. As the most remarkable symbol of duality, Ometioto was the reminder that every situation has two sides that need to be seen in order to achieve full understanding. The basic concept is that the world is divided between two opposite but complementary realms that the Toltec called tonal and nagual. The tonal is the reality that we capture within ordinary ways of perception, that we understand and manage with reason. Nagual, and that's what these day signs are called, nagual. Nagual is the magical, mysterious, and spiritual side of reality that we could never totally understand, but only witness. We can experience it only in the realm of the silent knowledge, also known as awareness of the other self. And so out of this duality, we are able to perhaps start to pierce the reality of unity. If you chose number 2, here we are again at rabbit in Toltec called Tokli. There's a little poem here that says, laughter nurtures the path to spirit and knowledge, just as the rain nurtures the land from which the good seed will sprout, grow, and bear fruit. Rabbit was a cultural hero among the Toltec. He plays a significant part in the legend of the fifth sun. There's a whole story there. But basically the meaning of rabbit is, again, a bit of a duality, representing the tension between enjoying life by following your instincts, senses, and material pleasures versus looking for the development of awareness. And so being aware of taking care of how to balance those two aspects of our existence, joy and awareness. Rabbit teaches that if you forget the joy and pleasures of life, you will be wasting something precious. But if you surrender to the quest for pleasure and forget the development of awareness, you will lose your soul, which is precious as well. The key to success has to do with balancing and honoring both sides. And then, if you chose number 3, that is Mikistli, which is death. The great huntress is preparing the field for the new seed. Death is one of the most important sacred symbols for the Toltec. Its implications for their entire culture were deep and wide. The awareness of the impermanence of life was at the core of all their philosophical development. Because in their eternal quest to achieve knowledge and permanent truth, the only certainty they found was the certainty of death. And so, in the Toltec oracle, of course, the card death does not represent misfortune. It represents an opportunity for evolution and transcendence. The time for renewal has come. Something has reached an end, and it is time to let that go and embrace the new time. A cycle has been completed. What used to give you life is not giving it to you anymore, and you need to move on to the next stage. So take a moment to just sit with those two energies. Just be aware of how they interplay together. Just be aware of how over the next 13 days you can open yourself to the wisdom that they have to offer. Just bring back your awareness to, this is the sign for Caban. It almost looks like resting in the earth with all those seeds that have been planted. And how to allow the release of anything that is heavy or old, or those toxic connections and messages, and opening to fertile ground and a fertile mind. Once more, just being aware of this whole journey of the sacred round and these 13 energies that we will be moving through day by day. Interesting that we have here number 12 is rabbit and 10 is death, so we have those two energies within this Trecena. And bringing your awareness once more back to your breath. Three deep breaths, you find yourself once more at the top of the Great Pyramid of Chichen Itza. Bringing in all these energies and all this wisdom. You turn and face the steps once more. Head held high and feet firm with every step down, bringing with you the wisdom of Caban. As you move down back to the earth itself, down below the tree line, the tops of the jungle trees. And when your feet land solidly on the earth, take another deep breath. Open your eyes.